So, I read an article recently, and it described living in your truth to be a series of conversations. Simply conversations. But conversations with people who bravely and gracefully share the truth of their hearts. Be it emotions, life experiences, thoughts, dreams. The point is, these conversations brought about hope that would inspire and challenge each of us to find our own truth. I know it sounds simple, but the catch is that in order to live your truth or even speak your truth, you must first reflect on what your truth even is, and that can be challenging for some. For one, I recognized that for years I've been disguising my vulnerabilities and artfully crafting illusions of myself that meet society's expectations and definitions. So to stand here and speak my truth today, I took on the challenge to know my truth, speak my truth, so that I may live my truth. And I will share with you a story of my life I've deemed my divine storm. At the tender age of just 5 years old, I was a victim of sexual abuse. A terrified young child, imprisoned by the walls of an unsafe secret, caged in by metal bars of constant threats that whispered, if you ever tell anyone, you'll be in big trouble. No one will love you anymore. No one will even believe you. You'll be put onto the street like trash and probably die, and not a single person will care. I was emotionally trapped for a very long time, a recluse at just 5 years old, consumed by fear and brainwashed to believe his threats. But all this turned around for me when I decided that I would take a stand. And I had summed up just enough courage, in spite of fear, to speak out rather than continue to face the monster of my secret. And that was by far my first and truest lesson of inner strength and faith over fear. That those chains of fear that I was so tightly bound by, only I could break through, rather than allow that fear to break me. A little gloomy, I know, but please bear with me. Now let's fast forward a bit to my late primary school years, at the age of around 11, into high school, where I discovered that I was different. I didn't fit into society's norm. I was a different color, I spoke a different way, and I represented a minority called the mixed race. I was mocked and ridiculed for being different. Allow me to elaborate. I am the product of a multiracial, multi-generational mix of Indian, Zimbabwean, and British ancestry. So for a long time, I got comments like, what are you? And, you're different. As you can imagine, this sparked a major identity crisis for me in my teenage years. So, to make up for what I lacked in belonging, I decided to become a people pleaser, to be valued and accepted by others. Such a cliche and naive teenage thing, I know. But it got better because everything changed for the better when I met a group of 7 girls that completely changed my life. Leigh, Luva, Mungiwa, Natalie, Mawani, Stacy, and Tanyana. I know those are just names to you, but to me, they represent the powerhouses that fueled my self-confidence and my self-worth, that taught me that I did have a voice, and that what I said was worth mentioning. I would like to inspire you today, for those who are really shy, as I was, or even Mr. Drudwan had mentioned earlier, that your voice does matter, and that it is worth mentioning, and your opinion should count. And to these girls, I'll be forever grateful, because without them, I wouldn't even be standing here today. At the end of my glorious high school days, an average student with very average grades, I was so ready for the next chapter in my life. grab life by the horns and finally become the responsible adult we all dreamed of being when we were younger. But little did I know that life would now hand this to me in the form of one defining moment. Sitting in a doctor's office, holding tightly onto my mother's hand, as the doctor had informed her that she had stage 3 breast cancer. I held my breath for what felt like a lifetime. I held my breath for what felt like a lifetime, as the next 8 months entailed surgery and endless trips to doctor's appointments, pharmacies, physiotherapy, chemotherapy, and radiotherapy treatments. I would cry myself to sleep on so many nights from watching my own mother undergo such an unbearable amount of pain and discomfort, and knowing that there was nothing that I could do to help ease her pain. At the time, my father was working out of the country, so I had to take on the bulk of the responsibility. And as I had mentioned before, the early lesson of being a responsible adult I mentioned was now acknowledging that there comes a time when those who I've leaned on and depended on would now lean on and depend on me. Time heals all wounds, the saying goes. And things did get better with time. Life seemed a little brighter, and I'm thankful enough to say that today my mom is happy and healthy and waiting patiently for me to finally send on all the vacations I promised her during her treatment. Time heals all wounds. It's taken me 23 years and a TED talk to finally face my truth and speak my truth so that I may live my truth. So it got me thinking, maybe time heals all wounds in and of itself was not completely true, but rather consciousness, intention, and constant effort. Consciousness, knowing that you're in a situation or were in a situation. The intention to overcome and rise above. And finally, constant effort. Accepting that healing is a process, and that sometimes solutions and breakthroughs don't happen overnight. But I do promise you that keeping these 3 things in mind will unlock a powerful mental shift that will help you live to your truest potential, to be comfortable in your own skin and confident in who you are, and that you are unapologetically enough. So with this, I'd like to tell you that this is the first time I'm sharing my story. And I hope I've encouraged somebody today to not hide behind the mask like I had done for so long, but to instead embrace your truth. Allow shifts to take place in your life, because even when you feel like life is pulling you 10 steps back, consciously, you just elevated your thinking, your perception, your self-awareness. You're falling and getting back up, but you're learning. And that's the beauty of elevation. You're always manifesting into a higher form. I truly hope I've inspired somebody today to know their truth, speak their truth, and live their truth, because it is a conversation worth having. Thank you.